Okay, everybody, Shabbat Shalom. I just want to say Shabbat Shalom to everybody back at home. Happy Hanukkah to our greatest friends and allies. And, you know, this is a good time to mention that Israel does have a right to defend itself.
She fucking stole our gimmick!
Or Carlson is Adolf Hitler. And TikTok does need to be purchased by the Mossad. It's just how I'm feeling today. I am not different. Maybe you are different.
God damn it!
Welcome back to Candace.
Oh, God. Oh, she plays music?
Okay, you guys are crazy. You guys are absolutely...
No, hold on. I don't think it is AI. I think that's how she started the Hold on. I skipped
that's real.
I skipped past it. I didn't play it. I think that's what happened.
Mossad. It's just how I'm feeling today. I am not different.
This is
Maybe
the YouTube stream.
Welcome
Yeah.
back to Candace.
No, she did it. This is how she started her show today. She really did this. This is on the YouTube stream. She fucking stole our gimmick. God damn it.
Oh, dear.
How does that happen every time?
It happens because their acolytes watch the show.
Hold on, what time we started? So we started at 5, so this would have been at maybe like 5:30ish. So about a half hour after we started, she did the same fucking gag. You fucking kidding me?
We are trailblazers.
How the fuck does that happen?
Now they
And the only reason I did it because I was pissed off at the Facebook comments. Like, what the fuck is she doing it
I
for?
had actually like a concrete a copy of what Dan Flood got the night before.
Skip forward a little bit more.
Because, and that was something that was new and it required Terrell. And I said, even if that was all real, if that was all true, I still didn't feel good about the conversation that I had with Terrell, and I can't ignore my gut about the many little lies that he told. I thought the video he recorded was weird. I know he comes from a very powerful family. I personally do not trust him, and I obviously do not like the fact that I said, you know, Tyler Boyer lied about this thing and said, came up with an excuse and said, well, Terrell was asked to take the camera down. That's the reason, he said on Twitter, because the police wanted him to take it down and secure the footage. And I said, I know that's not true. And they said, well, after all of that, yeah, after he took the cameras down, there was a police officer or Fed, whoever it was, that spoke to him and asked him to secure the footage. Well, that makes sense, but it's not a reason for why he took it down immediately. It makes sense that as you're investigating, you're going to say, who's got the footage? You know, let's lock it down. But it didn't make sense to me that Tyler Boyer lied about it. And I don't trust Tyler Boyer. And that is never going to change. Similarly with Rob McCoy. He makes my skin crawl. I can't explain it. I look at him and he's a bad person and nobody can make me feel one way or the other about
that.
It's
I look at him and he's a bad person. All right.
And this kind of gets into, I guess, us not knowing the inner workings at Turning Point USA, that Rob McCoy actually does not work with Turning Point USA in any capacity whatsoever.
No shit, Candace.
And so him communicating as he has done, like, I'm the pastor on this.
By the way, I want to pause. So this is the guy who made the comment about Charlie's neck bones being like strong as steel or whatever. That's the guy she's talking about. The guy was like telling a story and embellishing, and she's like, well, he's lying. It's like, yeah, no shit. He has no medical knowledge of Charlie's neck and what his bone structure was made of. He's telling a story. That doesn't mean he's lying.
It's just not real. Like, that is not real. And we should know that that's not real. And when he says that, call him out on that separately from Turning Point USA. I was operating under the assumption that he worked for Turning Point USA. And I said, if obviously that's wrong, I'm happy to correct that. But also, what were we to assume when he hit the stage at the memorial and said, I'm America's pastor, and then had the Wikipedia updated and said, well, I'm assuming he had it updated because who else would do that, that he started Turning Point USA Faith. So I guess, to be clear, we were just wrong about that. And I will have a lot more to say about Rob.
Hold on. Did she just say she was wrong about something?
Yes.
Wow.
Because I see what's going to happen here, folks. Because I'm seeing Candace's back and forth a few hours ago with Tim Pool. What she is going to do is shift her. She has a 4.5 hour conversation with Eric Kirk, right? You don't have that kind of heart to heart with someone for that long without agreeing on some core things.
Mm-hmm.
The narrative is going to shift away from Erika, away from Turning Point, and it's going to shift towards people that Candace, in all actuality, opposes or deserves her opposition, for lack of a better term. Tim Pool's going to be a massive target in that instance.
He is.
And everyone who has agreed with him, like Hotep Jesus, is going to be a target.
We're not well enough for
as well.
Attack us. No, I've seen some theories now that this was all planned, and now it's gonna be. I think they called it the symbiosis, where essentially like both versions of the story converge into one story, and like she changes her tune, and Erika Kirk changes, and like they have like one cohesive story that they put out as the narrative.
Yeah,
I'm
the way to rebuild things, because guys, Candace Owens is not an idiot. Erika Kirk is not an idiot. None of these people are idiots, right? As much as we like to say that some of them are, they're not.
I mean, she said some stupid shit.
They've said stupid shit, but they're not idiots. That stupid shit was for a greater cause, which is usually advancing themselves. The point is, all these people see the writing on the wall. They can see what will come if they keep being at each other's throats. So let's stand together for the cause.
I do wonder, though, if Erika Kirk walked into that meeting essentially like under the assumption that like if Candace is going to be a bitch to her, like she's going to just throw like, hey, if you're going to keep going with this, we're going to sue you for defamation. Because 4 hours is a long fucking time to talk to somebody.
Oh yeah, and they probably nailed down plenty of things. But the 3 points she covered in this 1 hour and 15-minute show, I think it was, 3 key points were her long overdue sit down with Erika Kirk, which lasted 4.5 hours, right? Round 4.5 hours. Second topic was the media beginning to write pure fan fiction about her because apparently her group are getting close to some interesting revelations. And the third topic is Tim Pool is gay. So it's clear where the narrative shift is going, and I think that in the future Candace is going to be more neutral towards Turning Point and a lot more hostile to Tim Pool. I mean, before she did her show, she had a big back and forth on X with Tim Pool, and it was quite, for lack of a better term, cutthroat.
Maybe we can revisit and take a look at that after. I just want to try to go through this as fast as we can.
And where I believe he fits into a lot of things, so I'm not letting up on that. Now, one piece of this where I still don't understand it, and the magic bullet. Okay. Now we all recall what happened. I casually say on the show, hey, I saw the footage. There was no blood. And honestly, when I said it, I didn't process
there was
how
lots
big of
of
a
blood,
deal that
Candace.
was with the third.
There was lots of blood. We saw the video. We saw a video too from the exact day. There was plenty of blood.
We got 6. Very quickly, what happens is Andrew Colvett whips up this tweet about what happened with the bullet, and he said he wanted to address all the discussion that was being had about the online chatter. I'm obviously paraphrasing here. He says, I apologize, it's going to get graphic, but he spoke with the surgeon. The bullet should have gone through. The surgeon then explained that what he's typically seen on these wounds, and basically this was all a miracle. Charlie saved lives, even in death. And the internet clocked it, this miracle, the healthy bone. His bone was so healthy, and the density was so impressive. Like, this is a quote, by the way. His bone was so healthy. I want to read it. This is allegedly from a surgeon. Quote, his bone was so healthy and the density was so impressive that he's like the Man of Steel. It should have gone through and through. It likely would have killed those standing behind him.
It's an embellishment of a story. That's all this is. All this was. his bone took the impact. By the way, his spinal cord was severed, which is why you see him having a fucking seizure immediately after he's shot.
Yeah, it's not nice revisiting that
So like
series of events.
the bullet goes in,
Oh.
hits the back of it, hits into his spine, and is stopped by his spinal cord. The spinal cord is severed by the bullet. It's not like we're talking about the spinal cord deflecting the bullet and bouncing off. No, the spinal cord took the impact and was destroyed in the process. But it didn't exit the body because it hit the spinal cord. That's all that ever happened. No one here in this thread here is saying his spinal cord took the bullet and it was completely intact afterwards. That's not being said.
No, because this is essentially the quagmire of the trenches within the culture war, folks. This is arguing over needle and thread at this point, and I think that's why the conversation lasted as long as it did, to really iron out these issues. And look, man, let's face it, they must have agreed on something.